Hey everybody, it's GauntletX and welcome back to some more Magic Arena. Today's video was previously recorded live on the Twitch channel in the link in the description below. This was part of the early access event, so thank you very much to Wizards of the Coast for the early access account. And this is going to be my very first experience drafting the Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate set. So without further ado, let's hop into the draft. Alright, we got a powerful rare, I think. A 4-mana 4/5 that has hexproof until it has dealt damage. When it does combat damage to a player, create a food token. Sacrifice a food token to draft a card from its spellbook. When you do, get triple blue mana. Spend that mana only to cast blue creature spells. So a green-blue rare, but even in a mono-red deck, or I'm sorry, mono-green deck, it's pretty powerful. 4-mana 4/5 with temporary hexproof, and you can keep making food. Seems super good. And you just get some random fish, basically, and it gives you 3 mana immediately to help cast those fish, which is enough for about half of them, it looks like. And the other half are like 5 to 7 mana. There's a lot of really strong fish in that spellbook. We'll go for it. I thought he was wearing sunglasses, but he's got an eye patch, which is just as cool for a giant polar bear. A polar werebear. That's why. Oh my god. That's pretty cool. Ooh, Jaheira, Harper Emissary. These are the specialized cards that I was talking about that are way too much text to fully realize everything they do. So generally what I would do in draft is just assume most of the specialized cards are pretty powerful, because they are. And then if you've already decided your colors, just look at your specific color of specialized card. But as you can see, this is a 2-mana 2/3 with hexproof from artifacts and enchantments. So worst case scenario, you get a 2-mana 2/3 that can't get pacified by the white enchantment spells like Minimus Containment and stuff like that, which is not a horrible deal. And then if you get to specialize this later, off of mono green, you can blow up an artifact or enchantment and gain 4 life. If we go green-blue, which is what our rare wants us to do, then we can destroy an artifact, enchantment, and scry 2. So I guess she's just like artifact and enchantment removal? Yeah. Blow up an artifact or enchantment and do some other little bonus effect. Solid looking card. Ooh, Owlbear's definitely solid. It's probably one of the most boring picks we can take here because Owlbear's from the original Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. But this was great in that draft format and it should be great here as well. So I'm going to take Owlbear. And there's another specialized card, a Monk of Saloon. Exiles creatures till this leaves the battlefield. And then of course 6 different versions of this card, because you can specialize. Battlecry Goblin, not Battlecry Coblin. It's like an attacking piece of corn on the cob. This was a really powerful uncommon back in Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. So that's a super sweet red card, but we're already in green and Owlbear's solid in green, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to take a little bit of my time in this draft. I just want to make sure I don't have like 6 packs queuing up on me. But if I don't have a pack ready, then I'll just look through all the random stuff while I choose what I'm doing. What does this thing even do?
Draft of the new set.
Hey Lollipop, how's it going?
Of the previews before. What are your thoughts?
I haven't seen a lot of the previews either. The set is interesting. This is going to be my first draft ever, so I don't have really massive thoughts on it. One of my biggest main thoughts is that specializes a lot to try to draft with because it's 6 versions of one card, so it's really hard to immediately parse what's going on there. There's a lot of cards with a lot of text, so it's a really overwhelming kind of draft format. That's my initial thoughts. Don't have too much to elaborate on because I'm still trying to read cards because of what I was just saying. This seems like way too much mana, but I don't know, it's cool. You get X creature, enchantment, and planeswalker cards at random, where X is the highest mana value among creatures you control, and you put them onto the battlefield. It's probably okay. Wow, black is open. Grim Bounty. Great removal. Sepulchre Ghoul. Solid, solid creature. This is better than the old version, too. Go for the Grim Bounty. Double Team is really strong. I'm okay with that mechanic. Oh, it's like, yeah, random Green Sun Zenith. I'm okay with the double team as a mechanic because at least it's really simple to know what's going on, but it is powerful. Where you attack with a creature, you get the copy of the creature into your hand. Pack 1 Pick 1 was one of the best cards in the set according to several tier lists. It does seem very powerful. Oyaminartok Polar Werebear. I'm going to assume that this is how you pronounce it, but probably not. Probably pushing into green-black here. Sigil of Miracle, what does this do? Is this one of the rare streams of one of the best MTG YouTubers out there? Surprised you managed to catch one. Well, thank you for that. I don't think I'm one of the best MTG YouTubers out there, but this is definitely a rare stream. I'll give you that for sure. I'm going to take this weird Sigil thing, because we're probably pushing into black, seeing that really late Grim Bounty. Scaled Nurture is fine mana ramp. Definitely better if you have dragons. Poison the Blade's okay. It's a green version of Blade Brand. That's fun. Vampire Spawn's definitely fun. 3 mana, 2/3, drain your opponent for a couple life when you play it. I might just take Vampire Spawn. I don't think green-black is going to be the best color pair for Blade Brand, because our creatures are already going to be big enough that we don't need Death Touch that often. Nonsense draft videos are a goldmine for new players. They definitely help me. Well, I am glad to be of assistance. I'm glad that they are helpful. That is the hope with the draft videos. Ooh, Underseller Myconid. This is one of the new cards that's really sweet. 3 mana for a 1/2 and a 1/1, and your 1/2 taps for a mana of any color, so it really helps to clutter up the board state, get things to where your opponent can't hit you very hard, and it also mana fixes you, which is really good in our deck, because our deck's looking to be green-black at this point, with a tiny little blue splash to maybe sacrifice the food from the Polar Werebear for some fish. So being able to have cards like this Myconid that can add blue mana without having to play islands in our deck is going to be extremely helpful. German time, it's hard to catch, Gauntlet. What time is it in German time, in Germany? I'll take a big old 6-drop here to ramp into. We've got a 1 ramp card so far as well. When it enters the battlefield or dies? Yeah, that card's nuts. Wow. Not just when it enters the battlefield. Yeah, Underseller Myconid seems incredible. Follow the Tracks is really cool. It's another card that can ramp us into our 6 and 8 mana cards that we've drafted, and it can get whatever color we need. So that's pretty cool. Null Hunter's nice and aggressive, but I'm going to play a big, splashy, stupid deck because this is a free draft. It's the early access draft. Thanks again to Wizards of the Coast for the early access account. But yeah, I'm going to try to make it to Verdant Rejuvenation at 8 mana. So this card seems horrible in Limited, to be fair. Not only do you have to make it to 8 mana, but you also need a big creature on your board for this to do anything. It's 22:30. Wow, 10:30 p.m. I don't know why I said that. Which probably just makes things more confusing for everybody. 22:30. The vast majority of the world does not go by stupid American time. So yeah, that's late in the evening. Sometimes I'm live later, but with work, everything after 0000 is difficult. After midnight? American education. All right, Prosperous Innkeeper. It's a pretty sweet uncommon that we opened up that helps us ramp 1 time with the treasure token. These gates are solid. You line up the shot is definitely an interesting card. I like this a lot because it's like main deckable artifact enchantment removal and main deckable flyer removal. We already have 1 main deck artifact enchantment hate card with Jaheira. I think I'm going to go Prosperous Innkeeper. I don't know if that's going to be great because it only ramps us up 1 time. It gives us 1 treasure, but it still looks good. I was right. 0000 is midnight. Ooh, another Grim Bouncy. I like that a lot, but we could splash in John Irenicus, the Exile. It's a 4 mana 3/5 at the beginning of your end step. Draw a card if your library has more cards in it than target opponent's library. Otherwise, each opponent mills 5. That does seem kind of nuts and Limited. That does seem kind of nuts. I don't know which is better to take, just Grim Bouncy for incredible removal or the Balmy John. I'm going to take Grim Bounty. I'm going to be a little bit boring on that one because I think our deck already has big, splashy, wild stuff to do. I think we really need to put John in here. We can stick to 2 colors and just use our treasure tokens for Oyamenartok. Oyamenartok. Definitely how you pronounce it. This time it's a pretty easy Owlbear. I got 2 packs, so I'm just going to scoop that up. Don't need to look at the rest. Now, what is this thing? Wow, that is a big adventure. Instant speed, put 2 counters on a creature, untap it, and give it hexproof till end of turn. That can save it from removal. That can make it win a fight in combat. That can give it a permanent buff. And then you have a 7 mana 7/6 to play. That's cool. It's a lot of mana, but it's cool. There's that Poison the Blade again. Water Weird is one of the weird alchemy cards. But blue's looking like a splash for us. Thane and Evokers is cool. I got destroyed by this card in my sealed event. You get a lightning bolt when you play this, and then you get another lightning bolt when you play the copy of it. I'm just going to take the big green dork. We're looking for high mana value creatures for our Verdant Rejuvenation. Mill 3 cards, then return up to 1 creature and up to 1 land from your graveyard to your hand. Kind of a divination. Pick up a creature and a land. This set is a lot, as you can see. Just trying to get a feel for everything that's going on in the packs, and you can just look over and see a card like Minthara that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines of text. Priest of Ancient Lore, that's really late for that. Really solid white card. But at this point, I'm locked in. Green-black ramp. Actually, Bronze Walrus is probably pretty sweet in this deck. Not as good as Underseller Myconid, but another way to ramp up into our big plays. And it scries when we play it, which is cool. A little bit of value there. Plus, it's just adorable. I don't know if I can say no to Bronze Walrus. Underdark Basilisk, or another big card like Beholder, or Manticore. Manticore was never all that good in original Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, if I remember right. I think I'd rather just take a Death Touch early game creature. Well, I've got a very real curve. This deck looks pretty sweet. Definitely way heavier into green than black right now. Poison the Blade, Grim Wanderer. Grim Wanderer was always, like, solid in my opinion. It's never, like, incredible. I'll take the Grim Wanderer, though. Should have a lot of creatures dying. We have 1/1s to chump block with and Death Touchers to trade off. Here's a Follow the Tracks to help ramp us up. I do not like the Hook Horror. It's another weird alchemy card. 5 mana for a 3/3. Every time it dies, it comes back with -1/-1 until it becomes a 0/0. Then it just doesn't come back. So 5 mana 3/3, it dies, comes back as a 2/2, it dies, comes back as 1/1, it dies forever that time. I do like that they put legitimate Baldur's Gate on Arena. That is pretty cool. For your Gate tribal decks, because the Gate tribal decks were always fun with Gate Colossus and Gates Ablaze and all that. Ooh, we got a black rare. We got an on-color rare. This should be awesome. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create 2 treasure tokens. Spend 1 mana and sacrifice X treasures to have a creature get -X/-X until end of turn. Activated only as a sorcery. It's actually kind of slow and dirtily, but still can be pretty impactful. What is this specialized card in black or green? A 2 mana 2/3 that can exile cards from a graveyard. Already a solid deal. And then it becomes conjure a duplicate of a creature exiled with this into your hand. Or conjure a duplicate of a creature into your hand and gets +2/+2. Maybe it's Viconia? I'm going to take Viconia here over Grim Hireling. Not super sure about that, but again, all the specialized cards always look super sweet. They're always like statted up pretty well, like a 2-mana 2/3 at base value with a little bit of an upside already without the specialized text. It's kind of crazy. Oh, this is actually maybe supposed to be Skullport Merchant. Another sweet card from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Get a treasure token when it comes into play, and you can sacrifice creatures or treasures to draw a card. We've got a little bit of treasure production already, and some 1/1 Saprolings here and there. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Skullport Merchant over the Underseller Myconid. But I like them both a lot. This card seems very bad. 2 mana for an equipment. Equipped creature has base power and toughness 10/10, which is really cool, but it costs 10 mana to equip it. It costs X less to activate, where X is the power of the creature it targets. So if you're equipping a 6/6, it still costs 4 mana to give that 6/6 +4/+4. Seems really, really bad, in my opinion. Grab an Underdark Basilisk again. It should give something. There's the lineup the shot for main deck artifact enchantment removal, or there's another Viconia. Now I wish I didn't take the first Viconia because she is legendary. Or he, I'm not sure. They are legendary. So we could have taken the rare and then just had one. Having 2 of the same legendary is definitely awkward. They aren't legendary after they specialize? Oh, that's true. They specialize into a different version. So I could have 2 different ones on the board as long as they're specialized, as long as one of them is specialized and the other isn't. Or I get them specialized into 2 different ones. That is interesting. Probably like Gate to the Manorborn here. I don't think I have much synergies for just milling myself 4 cards. And these black cards look pretty unplayable. Hook Horror is just super slow and I don't love discard. Now we have... Ooh, Sewer Plague looks like great removal in my opinion. I have seen this card before. 3 mana for an instant. Target creature an opponent controls perpetually gets -2/-2, and at the beginning of each upkeep, it perpetually gets another -1/-1. So if you do this during your turn, then by the time you pass to them, it has -3/-3. They pass back, it has -4/-4. You pass back, it has -5/-5. Taken Sewer Plague. And I remember that rares like get lands equal to the highest power among a creature you control, which at that point you probably already have enough lands in 1v1 limited. Just grab a Beholder. Target creature gets +3/+3, reach and trample till end of turn. You get a boon with when you cast your next creature spell. That creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter, reach counter, and trample counter on it. Okay. I think I would just prefer choose your weapon or something. I don't know. I'll take the weird arcane archery. Summon undead or follow the tracks. We'll follow the tracks. I've got 3 follow the tracks in here. We are like the ramp deck. And we got another Underseller Myconid. We might not need to play any of these follow the tracks. We wield the Myconid. I love it. Some real big green-black ramp stuff going on here. And now multiple Myconids to go with the Skullport Merchant as well is awesome. So we can draw cards when we're chump blocking with our Saprolings. Lizard Folk Librarians, that's adorable. I'll just take a Bag of Holding. And a Hook Horror. And a Sylvan Shepherd. We get to cut a lot of cards, so we get to make our deck just as spicy as possible. Definitely not playing any islands, because I have so many cards that can tap for mana of any color. We'll just use those for Manartok, the Polar Werebear. 50 cards in this deck, 23 creatures and 10 non-creatures right now. Cut like 6 creatures to be down to 17. Okay, I'm not going to play Circle of the Land. I actually don't think I want Grim Wanderer anymore either. I don't love the Circle of the Moon Druids or the Sylvan Shepherd. Do like having a lot of big stuff, but not too much. Let's go for 4 cards that cost 5 or more. Cut all that nonsense. That puts us to 44 cards and 17 creatures. Pretty much perfect. What does this thing even do? I took it when I was when I was just like talking to chat, so I don't even remember. I was like, all right, this thing, I guess. Beginning of combat on your turn, mill a card. When you do, if there are 4 or more creatures in your grave, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control, and it gains Death Touch. Ooh, that is cool for a graveyard-based deck, but we didn't end up going that way, going that direction. Okay, I need to cut 3 more cards. If I cut all of my Follow the Tracks, I still have 2 Understellar Myconids and Bronze Walrus for mana ramp creatures. So I could definitely cut at least one of those. Probably want to cut Druidic Ritual as well. Mill 3, pick up a creature and land from grave. Slow for what I want to do, and then we have like a combat trick. Not super sure I need combat tricks in this deck either. Yeah, we'll cut the big combat trick and we'll just keep 2 Follow the Tracks. So our goal is to just play bigger creatures than our opponent. And then eventually off of all of our ramp, maybe we get to play a Verdant Rejuvenation and see if that gets to pop off. This is kind of nuts if you can cast it and you have something on board. Even if you only have a Bronze Walrus or an Understellar Myconid on board, it's like get 3 random creature enchantment or planeswalkers from your deck, put them onto the battlefield. So just 3 creatures at random for 8 mana is a bit much. But if we get lucky and we have our 4 mana, 5 mana, or even 6 mana card out, then this card's absolutely insane. I don't know. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be weird. It's a free event. Let's just get as much drafting in as we can. Oh wow, we have every sleeve unlocked. Well, this is the coolest part. We gotta be Garruk just hiding behind his axe there. That's definitely the one. Do we have every pet? Oh, we do! Wizards gave us the absolute hookup. I don't know what pet we want. Oh, Grolnok. Big frog. That's what we want. Let's set that as the profile default. Oh, we want a fish pet? Is there a fish? Oh, there are. There's multiple. There's a golden koi, a rainbow koi, infrared koi, folded koi. Guessing we want the rainbow koi. It's the closest to a blue fish, which is the kind of fish we can make with the bear that fishes. Oh, or we could just get a bear. We could just get a straight up bear. Also be pretty good. Yeah, let's go rainbow fish. Rainbow fish is pretty nice. I don't know how to set those as account default, so we'll make every single deck that we draft tonight very pretty, one by one. Do you have all the avatars and lands? Probably. If they gave me all of these draft queues are going to take like 2 minutes to fire anyway, so we can spend some time checking that. See avatars. Do not have all the avatars, unfortunately. I'm just gonna stick with Tasha because she's the new hotness, the new Baldur's Gate stuff. Set AKR. The reward is alchemy packs. Yes, this is an alchemy draft set. So you're rewarded with packs of the set that you drafted. We don't have all the lands. We don't have the ones I want. We don't have the Nicol Bolas lands, but we have other full arts? No! Wizards, how could you do this to me? Oh, we have 2 different kinds of full arts, and they're not Amonkhet remastered full arts, so we don't get Nicol Bolas lands. It's all good, Demarato. Oh. This is, it's kind of like Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, so it's really easy to get it mixed up. It's like 33% Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, 33% Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate, and 33% the new Alchemy cards. They made like a draft format out of that. So the packs you get rewarded with are just the same cards that you draft with here. There's a solid amount of reprints, though, for some other sets. like AFR Alchemy, like Streets of New Capenna Alchemy was. I don't know, there's a lot more. There's a lot more alchemy cards in this than there were in Streets of New Capenna Alchemy drafts, and there's all the Battle for Baldur's Gate Commander Legends cards that were never on Arena before that are also in this set. Like Understellar Myconid, where it's like, it's not an alchemy card, but it's also a card that's never been on Arena before. There's a lot of cards like that. It is similar, though. It is similar, though. That is my biggest complaint so far. I feel like Adventures in the Forgotten Realms is playing a much larger role in this set than I thought it would. There's a lot of reprints from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. If I were trying to belittle the set, I would definitely say, oh, this is just like Streets of New Capenna Alchemy. If I'm having a bad time with the set, then I'll make that comparison, but it's not quite that. Well, there's no swamps here. But we've got a Myconid. Got an Owlbear on 5, too. I'm gonna keep this. I think this hand's good enough to make up for the fact that we don't have swamps in it. Especially with Myconid to get us there. And the ramp into an early Owlbear could be very explosive. Playing against blue-black. Uh-oh. It's a card I need to read 6 different copies of. So a 2-mana 2/1 can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone. Specialize for 5, unless they have 2 or more instants and sorceries engraved. When they specialize it, it gets some kind of big ability whenever they deal combat damage to us based on if they have instants and sorceries engraved. Okay. So, the main thing we need to know is this card is definitely a threat. It's unblockable even before they specialize it. It's extra unblockable once they do specialize it, and when they do specialize it, they start getting to get value every time they hit us. So, if we hit another swamp, we're probably going to Grim Bounty that. Take 2 down to 18. They're on blue and black, so they can get the blue version or the black version when they specialize. The mana to specialize Viconia? I do, but I'd have to discard an actually good card, so I don't think I want to. I do like Viconia against their Imoen, because we can just exile their instants and sorceries in their grave. I think I'm just going to cast Bronze Walrus and Viconia rather than specialize anything, and I will take that swamp. Don't think I want the Basilisk at this point in the game. Alright, we are flooding the board here. Two mana dorks, Myconid and Walrus. It's pretty nice. Opponent has 5 cards in hand, 1 mana of any color, and 4 of blue and black. I like the new board a lot. The board is nice. You've got this little dockside arena. Boats with the crates coming in over there. Fish market on the right. It's really cute. Hook Horror is the play. And Imoen's getting it unblockable again. Killing Imoen right now. If I kill Imoen, I have 3 mana left afterwards. I can play Merchant and kill Imoen. Still have 2 treasure tokens to start drawing off of with Merchant. Seems fine. And then we just get ready to start drawing cards next turn. Hook Horror does keep our attacks off. Our board is wide, but it's pretty small right now. I wonder if our opponent got Tasha, the blue-black planeswalker of the set. That is their avatar, but that is most players' avatars right now. She is the new avatar we got with the set. I think Arena might be messing up. Yeah, the hourglass went to the bottom and we're still... It didn't start the next one. Yeah, I think I need to reboot. How do you qualify for the early access? Same every time or different criteria? They kind of changed it this time around. Basically, you could just like email the marketing department. Not the marketing department. They have an email address for content creators to email directly. You can be like, hey, I'm a content creator. Here's my accounts. This is all the kind of content I do. I would like to join the early access event if you have more room. And then they'll message you back. So yeah, it's just an email address basically. They don't have any like, you don't have to be a massive content creator. You don't have to fit any specific criteria. It's just kind of a one-by-one basis sort of thing. So I think if you make Magic Arena videos or content of any kind really, and you've been doing it for a little while, and you reach out to them early enough, they'll probably just be like, yeah, sure. They need more players. They don't need every single person in the early access event to be Numat the Nummy or Covert Go Blue, because they need people for Numat the Nummy and Covert Go Blue to play against. Alright, let's drop a Prosperous Innkeeper. Yeah, I think I got into the early access event when I had like under 1,000 subscribers. I had like a couple hundred videos, I mean, I think technically, yeah, I did have like 100 videos, but a couple hundred views on my biggest videos at the time. Just get a vampire spawn out, gain a bunch of life, and start slapping. Down to 17. They are red-white. Yeah, I think that's the coolest part about the early access event. They say that it's like the early access streamer event, but really, if you make any kind of Magic-related content, there are people who write articles. There's YouTubers like me who barely ever stream. And then there's, of course, all the streamers, which would obviously the early access streaming event for all the streamers. I'm sure there's probably like cosplayers and stuff in here too that don't really do much else. There's probably like Twitter account runners. Yeah, there are Fire Shoes is in this, I think. Fire Shoes does nothing but just like make a bunch of Twitter posts mainly about news and stuff. So yeah, any kind of content. All kinds of content. I've said the word content way too much now. It's becoming not a word. No! My poor owlbear. My biggest threat is gone. At least I get to gain a bunch of life off this innkeeper with Myconid because I'm getting multiple creatures out. Do I have the mana for rejuvenation next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I'm 1 mana away next turn. This card is terrifying. Okay, no it's not. I just saw alchemy and I saw some big orc knight thing and I got really scared, but it's not that bad. It's a 3/1. Makes one of my cards come into play tapped. Well, if I don't draw another big creature, then I might have to Verdant Rejuvenation for just 3 cards. Get to use my Gate to the Manorborn here. Seek a non-land card. Let's just draw a non-land card at random. Liara's pretty scary. She's got a very good activated ability. 1 a red and a white. They can give another non-token creature they control first strike and double team until end of turn. They can only do that at sorcery speed, and they can only do it once per game, and not per turn. But getting a duplicate of any one of your creatures is pretty powerful. We draw into Jaheira, and we draw into Owlbear, so I'm definitely going to play Owlbear before I cast this Verdant Rejuvenation. And hopefully they won't kill my Owlbear again. And another land. Alright, drop Jaheira. No artifacts or enchantments to blow up. Yep, no need to specialize. I guess we gain 4 life when we specialize whenever. It is nice to have a Jaheira on board against a white deck because the white removal, most of it is enchantment based. I guess they cast an instant earlier, but Minimus Containment being the big one at common is an enchantment. So our opponent has a lot more cards than us because our whole hand's on the board, but this one card here, Verdant Rejuvenation, is going to be a 5 for 1 if we cast it with Owlbear on board. Get 5 creatures out. What do you have, opponent? They certainly have options. Go to combat, Valor Singer giving itself +1/+0, and then passing to main phase 2 and passing the turn entirely. Okay, no counterspell? I really want to see this Rejuvenation go off as well. I'll play this land, I only have 1 specialized card out. Come on. Resolve. Don't blow up my Owlbear. They don't have a counterspell, so worst case scenario we're going to seek 3 cards. But best case scenario, we seek 5 creatures into play. Yes! Oh, that life gain too. Treasure token from Skullport Merchant. I got my bear. I got my bear with the fish. The food producer. Hexproof. I don't even know what to do now. My board is way too big. Everything's so small now. Send in the Owlbear, I guess? I am really causing trouble for this red-white deck. I mean, at this point, I probably send in the Death Toucher too. Because they only give first strike as a sorcery. Yeah, my board is just so wide now that we just take whatever... We take trades no matter how bad they get. Because we've definitely got the creature advantage. Well, I'm happy I stuck with Rejuvenation. We got to cast it at least once. I'd be really sad if this game glitches out too. I'm at 35 life as well, that is true. Prosperous Innkeeper. Popping off. What do you have, opponent? They're just gonna Wrath affect us. They're just gonna play the Seize the Day or whatever, the 5 mana, just destroy everything. Okay, they're gonna go for a good trade on our Owlbear, that's fine. I think I get rid of Valor Singer, I guess, because it blocks better. Not actually worried about Liara's ability here, because they have to attack for that. Which leaves their shields down. Two-handed axe. Give that double strike till end of turn. Okay, Owlbear's already dead. That's fine. Okay, they're going to double up and kill Owlbear without losing a creature. Sure. I guess I could have sacrificed my treasure to sacrifice the Owlbear to draw a card. Off the Skullport Merchant. Because I could tap Myconid, but I'd still need a black mana. And I'd have to tap the treasure for the additional mana. Yeah, the Owlbear is very dead. We can draw so many cards now, because we can draw all these Saprolings out. Maybe they'll mill me out. Because I've just kind of dumped the top half of my library onto the board. Flaming Fist Duskguard, a 3/1. Their next creature comes with +1 power. Alright, Valor Singer buffs itself. They pass the turn, I think, probably. Ooh, now we get to read cards. So when this creature specializes, conjure a duplicate of target creature exiled with this into your hand. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 2 and you gain 2, or the green version gets +2/+2. So I'm going to give it +2/+2 or drain them for 2. I'd rather just drain them for 2, I think. So we discard the Swamp on the Specialize. Take any creature from a grave, so we take an Owlbear from our own. Okay, so exile an Owlbear from our graveyard. Then Specialize Viconia. Discarding... You know, I'm actually okay with a 6/6 Owlbear instead of draining them for 2 life. Yeah, sure. We'll get a 6/6 Owlbear into our hand. Some kind of response here, maybe? Oh, no! We blow up Viconia so we don't get the Owlbear. So she's gonna die no matter what, right? So now we just sack her because we don't get the Owlbear back if they blow up Viconia before that resolves. I think. I'm pretty sure. Draw our card. Ooh, Dreadlinorm. That can ruin combat for our opponents. I'm gonna keep this Swamp for Jaheira. Okay. Big stuff. You know, I'm not even... They can make some good blocks, that's fine. Kill whatever you want. We'll do that. We'll just Dreadlinorm wherever it's the most valuable. Solid block on the Null Hunter. Double block. Yes, double block to kill Oyamanartak. Polar Werebear. Okay, so we'll just save the Polar Werebear. Cool. Alright, they're gonna scoop them up. That was enough. They're done trying to survive. We are 1 win and 1 tie. Because that one game that timed out of existence. Well, our 8 mana sorcery has a 100% win rate right now, so it's gotta be a it's gotta be a sweet card. It has to be the right way to have built this deck. I don't have green, but I do have 1 treasure token, so it can't go that poorly, can it? I also have a nice curve of stuff to do without the green source. Grim Bounty coming up. That should be good. Opponent is on white and black. Guild Swarm Prowler. Death Touch. Death Touch. Wait a second. Exile a card from a graveyard. When this specializes, conjure a duplicate of the creature exiled with this into your hand. If I specialize and discard a creature, can I respond by exiling that creature before the specialize resolves? That's actually kind of sick. Like a free specialize. I think I can. And then I can make it so I can cast Prosperous Innkeeper off of double black. Okay. I forgot specializes. It's not just only in your turn; it's also sorcery speed. So I didn't get to try to do my fancy specialized thing. But yeah, I was like, whatever. We'll send the attack in, and then we'll specialize whether or not they block. And I was like, nope. Specialize is a sorcery. All right, Skullport Merchant. I can Skullport into Innkeeper, I guess. Return a creature from grave to battlefield for 4. It's kind of whatever. Right now. That could get threatening later, though. I think I'm going to Skullport and Prosperous Innkeeper here. Innkeeper kind of pays for itself, giving us the treasure back. Ambitions cost. Draw 3 cards, lose 3 life. Solid card draw. Drawn a Null Hunter. Well, double Grim Bounty is certainly a thing. I think we have to spend this treasure on the Null. Try to push our lead a bit here. Keep beating down. Hook Horror. Annoying. It is the annoying Mega Blocker. I wish I had my exile card still. It would be so good here. I'm going to draw off this Innkeeper. I don't think I need the life gain, and a 1/1's not really doing anything combat-wise. Forest, and another Forest. So Hook Horror comes back as a 2/2 if I kill it. We only have 5 power. I guess if I didn't sack the Innkeeper, I could have attacked and gotten a counter on Null Hunter here, which may have been the play. Yeah, more Adventures in the Forgotten Realms than I expected. This, and this all AFR. Maybe I undervalued Hook Horror, because that is a complete stop on everything I wanted to do here. Oh. I'm just gonna pass. I could blow it up to make it a 2/2, and then I can still attack with my 2/3 and my 2/2. And just trade into their stuff on board. Uh-oh. When it's battlefield, each opponent exiles a card from their hand till it leaves the battlefield. You may play lands and cast cards from exiled among them. Okay. So they get my forest. If we draw a double green card, hopefully our Grim Bounty treasures can get us there. Or we can draw another forest. There's a card from their hand until it leaves the battlefield. So if I blow up the Intellect Devourer, I do get my forest back. It's also a 2/4. Sure. I also get a treasure token to sack to draw a card, although I suppose I should have tapped a green for the Grim Bounty instead of letting the auto tapper do its thing so we could sack the treasure here. They can Bone Collar Cleric their Intellect Devourer and get another forest from me, and then I can blow it up again. That could be true, Cowboys Kid. Oh! It's the Vern Rejuvenation. We're 1 mana away. If I Grim Bounty, I have the mana for it, but I only get a 3-drop. Just keep getting my forests back. So now we have the mana for it, even if I sack a treasure. So I may as well sack a treasure in their end step. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 right now because we have a second treasure. As I sped right to my turn and completely missed the end step where I should have sacked the treasure. Do I get 3 cards or do I get greedy and wait? I'm gonna get greedy. Because now we can afford Rejuvenation off of exclusively lands. So let's just draw a couple cards right now and just play whatever we draw into. Follow the tracks. Okay, that can draw us another card because it puts a land into play that can seek a card. It's doing a lot of solid value stuff here. I'm fine with it. 5 black sources, 4 green, because we have 3 on board, 1 in hand. We'll get another green. I could get the blue one, but I can't seek a card with the blue one if I do that. And the blue one would just be for our polar bear. Sewer Plague. Goodbye, Vampire Spawn. Surprised they didn't want to kill the Merchant there. But I guess Merchant doesn't die immediately. It would take a moment. Alright, come on. High mana value. Underseller Myconid. Another 3-drop. That is good with our Merchant, though. Just keep playing the regular value train, I guess. Viconia. It's the best creature in a grave. Does Viconia get opposing creatures? Conjure duplicate of target creature exiled with this. Yes, it does. Meteor Golem. Okay, so they had more removal. Best creature in a grave is probably Intellect Devourer. Attack with the Hook Horror here. They kill our Null Hunter. And that's it. They get a 2/2 back, though. Oh... yeah, I'm gonna whittle that down. Okay. Two mana. Viconia. 1 mana to exile. Exile the Intellect Devourer. Then we specialize to the green one, discarding a forest. Get an Intellect Devourer to our hand and cast that as well, which is going to be a 4/6 now. Yeah, the specialized cards are pretty nuts. We draw a Guiding Bolt, destroy a creature with power 4 or greater. Just didn't do anything right now. So we pass. But now we have a 4-drop, because we have their 4-drop. Don't know what you're thinking of the MTGA exclusive set. Feels like Magic's drifting to a Hearthstone-ish kind of game. It is a weird set for sure in that sense. I'm definitely okay with its existence, but I think I will prefer just drafting the regular standard sets. Like, I don't want every set to be this for sure, but if they do this like once every other year or something, seems fine. Cool. We cast our 8 mana mythic thing, so I think we're good. Death Toucher onto Intellect Devourer to get their Guiding Bolt back. And then over here we have a 3/4 fighting a 2/3 and a 2/2, so we'll kill the 2/3 and we'll kill the Death Toucher here. So Intellect Devourer lives. And then I guess I can exile cards from their grave because I might as well. As I exiled their 0 power and -1 toughness creature. New things are mostly nice, but power creep velocity is pretty high. You know this set, you want some vanilla 2/2 to be playable in your draft deck. That is a big thing. It seems really explosive. I do miss lower power level draft formats, and this is definitely not that. So if that's not what you're into right now, it's not going to be a great set for you. Because all the alchemy cards they made are pretty dang strong. So most of the reprints in here are also just some of the stronger cards in previous limited formats, like your Owl Bears, your Grim Bounties. Got a Dominaria cube at home. That sounds pretty good. Verdant Rejuvenation, 100% win rate. True. Verdant Rejuvenation's unstoppable. You heard it here first. Gotta play the 8 mana mythic sorceries. Lantern of Revealing. Prophetic Prism. Alright, opponent is ramping up better than me, and I have 2 Understellar Myconids in hand and a Berlin's Walrus. There's gonna be no points in flipping Viconia till we have a creature in grave. Although I guess we can discard a creature. I think that it does work the way I think it does, where we can discard a creature to the specialized cost and then exile that creature before the specialized resolves. No, Gut is a very good card. I got smashed by a Gut in my sealed. It's a 6 mana 4/3. When it enters the battlefield, it fights. Well, any creature they control fights a creature I control, and they exile the card that they fought, and then all of the different ways to specialize it can like put that creature into play on their board somehow. So that is disastrous. Oh. Yeah, I would have been the guinea pig for the Viconia thing. I'll do that at some point, but Viconia just died here, so unfortunately I can't do it right now. I don't know what way I want to ramp. I have 3 different ways to ramp, and that's all my options. I can't do 2 of any way here. Probably might as well get more creatures out. Just do the way that puts the most creatures out. Well, wildcard, that is... I don't think that's where most of the power is in this set. I think it would make sense to keep things at like the same kind of power level. It would be because the Commander Legends 2 cards are designed for Commander that those ones are so powerful, but like the Alchemy cards are like the strongest things in this format. Like the ones that they literally designed just for this draft format are just really, really strong. But I guess part of that could definitely be just trying to keep up with the Commander-focused cards. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, copy it. You can choose new targets for the copy. They don't have a way to cast spells from exile right now, so it's just a big 4/6 flyer that is going to smash me. What is my favorite card in the set? I haven't looked at the set list. It's kind of just mostly the cards that I've played. My favorite card's probably this 8-mana Mythic sorcery right now. It might be the Understellar Myconid. This card's sweet. I love getting ramp and saprolings at the same time. But I am also a very firm enjoyer of the 8-mana Mythic rare that's in my deck. Wow, we're dying to Devil Tribal over here. I need something that can kill flyers, neither of these cards get me there. Skullport's close enough, though. I'm going to keep Skullport. Because I can use Skullport to start sacking all these saprolings and drawing into the removal I need to kill the flyers, or else I am immediate dead. Bronze Walrus is adorable. Yeah, I think Understellar Myconid's my favorite common, and then my favorite card specifically from this set that they designed just for alchemy is my big 8-mana Mythic Rare Sorcery, but I forgot what it's called. Oh my god, they literally did! They have a Beast Demon, a Devil Noble, and a Tiefling Peasant with the card that's all about Demon Devils, Imps, and Tieflings getting +1/+1 lifelink. We are getting tribaled out. Just Devil Tribal. Alright, Skullport, please draw me some cards. Yeah, Verdant Rejuvenation, thank you. I forgot the name. Alright. One more opportunity to draw Grim Bounty. I think I'm dead even if I draw it now, though. I guess I'm not quite dead. Probably have to kill Raphael and just take 5 damage from Nelfeshni again. We have to top deck another Grim Bounty. Either way, we have to kill one this turn and kill the other next turn or we're dead. So, I'm gonna kill Raphael. If I could make a tribal deck, what would I make? An actually supported tribe or anyone that I would want? I like Saproling Tribal. I made a Slimefoot commander deck one time, so that would probably be the tribe that's actually supported. And then for a tribe that isn't supported, that I would like to see supported, elephants. Elephants are legit. You want barbarians to come back, that'd be pretty cool. We did it! We got the double Grim Bounty. We just lose to Babalai Saga now, though. Sacrifice 3 permanents. If 3 or more card types are sacrificed, I lose 3 life. Yeah, they're just gonna make me lose 3 life with Babalai Saga. I don't have any more life gain on board. I guess I draw another card here. Maybe I have some left in my deck. No, I think it's over. Just kill Nefeshni, die to Babalai Saga. I'd still draw one more card. Nope. That is game. Go down swinging? Ah, true. Should have sent in the 7/6 at least. So you're going to sack their Mountain, their Scaled Nurturer, and Prophetic Prism? Yep. I lose 3 life. Oh. Just looked it up. There are enough elephants to make a modern deck? Yeah, but there's not like Elephant Tribal. Wouldn't be a good deck. I'd like the elephants to get some tribal support. A group of elephants, whatever it is. Verdant Rejuvenation remains undefeated because I didn't draw it that game. Yeah, I guess I could do it on Magic Online. Make an elephant deck. A plane with just a bunch of animal tribes, the zoo plane. That would be fun for one set. Now that they don't do blocks anymore, they're really free to kind of go crazy with the sets they design. The planes of existence that they design as well. Where it's like, well, you're only going to be here for one set, so if it sucks, whatever. Like Streets of New Capenna. where they were like, let's get really wacky with it, where they might have been worried to do 3 planes in a row or 3 sets in a row on a plane that's like a demon crime family plane. But now that they're just doing 1 set at a time, it's like, yeah, we can test the waters here. See if everybody's cool with that kind of lore. Playing against Jamie Topples. We are on the play with Viconia. We have Verdant Rejuvenation in hand. We can't lose the game. I cannot let Verdant Rejuvenation drop to a 66% win rate. I think I actually like Innkeeper better than my other plays, because I'm completely on the Verdant Rejuvenation plan. I'm not going to kill my opponent early game with 2 3s. So I'm going to sit here and gain some life for a little bit. And, then cast a Verdant Rejuvenation. Save this treasure for my Rejuvenation. Get as greedy as we can. Mono red, uh-oh. Don't aggro me that hard. It is an 8 mana win condition. I'll trade Jaheira for the captain if they offer the trade. Valor Singer, especially if they're attacking with a 4-1. They're not attacking. Alright. Viconia's down. Gain another life. Specialize for 2. Specializes as a sorcery. I can make this a 3-4 and gain 3 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Little risky to discard a land right now, but getting a 3-4 that gains 4 life is a kind of a massive roadblock. So it could be worth it. I'm gonna pass for now. If we draw another land next turn, I guess I can do that. I love having 2 specialized cards on the board, because there is no way our opponent can read all this text. They just can't. They can't get through all this. Alright, so Hobgoblin Captain popping off with the first strike now. See if we get combat tricked out of here. Burn spelled out of here. Alright, looks like she's just gonna kill Viconia. So that we don't exile all the graveyards. Another Valor Singer. Another one. And a Shambling Ghast. Okay, another land, we're specializing you. It's the black version, each opponent loses 3. No thanks. I'd like to gain 4. So now I do have to draw 1 more mana to hit Rejuvenation, but I feel like this is a better position than just leaving a 2-3 on the board and not specializing. Because the thing is, we kind of have to draw... we have to draw something to do before Rejuvenation, because Rejuvenationing for 2, I'm not sure that's actually going to win the game. Because we could just get like a Bronze Walrus and an Underseller Myconid. I think 3 is like the critical mass. We got a Rejuvenation for at least 3. Well, I hate this. They didn't have any tricks last turn. So I feel like no tricks here. We just block Valor Singer. Please no. Please no. Alright, she still doesn't have any tricks, but she could burn our Jaheira post-combat. Okay, that's fine. 2 for 1 to kill Jaheira. Underdark Basilisk is okay, but Owlbear would have been the best draw in our whole deck. That would have been incredible. Because then we get the 5 drop out for Rejuvenation plus draw the card to get the land we need to cast the Rejuvenation. I'm so worried here. This game, it's just an early access game. It doesn't matter at all, but I want to fight for Verdant Rejuvenation. I want to keep its win rate at 100%. Can't let Verdant Rejuvenation drop a game. I'm trying so hard. No! Cast down my 1/2 Death Touch. And I can't block Hobgoblin Captain profitably. If I block Shambling Ghast, I wasn't banking on Owlbear, I was hoping for Owlbear. I think I played right even if I wasn't like guaranteed to draw Owlbear. I think I have to not block, because if we just hit a land here, we're doing nothing with Rejuvenation. It does actual literal 0. Yep, alright. Go! Please. Oh my god, are they gonna blow up Innkeeper in response? Is their last card in hand another burn spell? No. Okay, Vampire Spawn Viconia. I was so worried. Lightning Bolt our Prosperous Innkeeper. It's like, well, Viconia is definitely incredible here. That's pretty good. We're back to 18 and we have multiple 2/3s now. So Jamie's going to need another card to break through this board state. It's not like the immediate I win Rejuvenation, but it's like the keep me in the game, please stop dying Rejuvenation. No, a Viconia of her own. Now we have Viconia versus Viconia shenanigans where we're going to exile each other's stuff. See who can actually get their Viconia exile to resolve, because we can respond to the other person's Viconia exile. You'd love to see MTG content creators play the game like they play card games and anime poses and all. That'd be incredible. And this is Jamie's only opportunity to exile without me responding with my own exile, so she's definitely got to think about what she wants here. Exile our Jaheira. Specialize immediately or wait on that? Specialize immediately. Does the flipped half still get to exile stuff? Yes, that's insane. She's only got 1 mana to exile things though, so we can make sure ours resolves first, so... What are we drawn to? Drawn to another Viconia? No, yeah, we drawn to another Viconia. That's actually a sick combo, Viconia into Viconia. Viconia into Viconia. So this is Viconia Disciple of Blood. This is Viconia Nightsinger's Disciple. So they shouldn't die to Legendary. And they don't die to Legendary. And now we have the 2 mana to get whatever card we want. So we take a Valor Singer this time. I think... Okay, and we just respond and take it anyway. Well, they can pop the Barbarian, I guess, to win the Exile War. But their Viconia can't, like, flip again. So that's fine. Our Viconia will just be a 2-3 then. Oh, the Jaheira... Because Jaheira's already flipped, it's just a 3-4. It doesn't have the specialize ability or anything anymore. Because it's already specialized. Interesting. Thanks for the good luck, Lollipop. I hope you have a good night. Shambling Gas coming on in because it can kill our Innkeeper no matter what. Alright, fine. You win this one. Innkeeper's very dead. Ooh, Dreadlin Worm. Sick. Just got 3 mana up. We can go for Shambling Ghast, Innkeeper, Underdark Basilisk. None of those are cards I really want to exile off Viconia right now anyway. So... attack with our 3-4 Viconia and just use our spell part of Linnorm. Our adventure part of Linnorm. Whatever happens. I guess if they double block with 2 3-4s, Viconia is going to die. So we can only give +2/+2. Okay, so we're just kind of like threatening a better combat trick than we actually have. Dragon's Fire, our Viconia. Like to untap this one, but we should probably just save this Viconia. Let's just exile some cards. So we have some options under Viconia. I'm just going to get Jamie to dump all our mana into this Shambling Ghast, and then when we untap we get to guarantee exile something at that point. Because I don't actually want the Shambling Ghast. The Viconia Exile Wars. I guess I don't get to cast Linnorm though if I go for that, but that's probably still what I want to go for. Exile the Innkeeper. Okay, cool. Bronze Walrus is the draw. I can't specialize with Bronze Walrus. Because we don't have... It's not a color or associated basic land type. Well, I guess I'm scrying instead of playing the Linnorm here, so that I can get some stuff actually exiled under Viconia, because now she's actually tapped out. So now I can choose between Reckless Barbarian and Underdark Basilisk when I flip Viconia later. And then... we don't want to attack in, we don't want her to die, anything else would just die. Now that we know when we specialize Viconia we get to conjure a card into our hand, we can just freely spend our mana however we want. Yeah, this format is nuts, it is very complex. Alright, well they got Viconia. I'll just exile some nonsense from their grave. How's it going, Awam Dawar? I hope that was somewhat close to correct. Thank you for the kind words, and thanks for stopping by the Twitch channel. Especially if you don't care about this set. Thanks for stopping by anyway. Alright, well, we've got a Linorm, and we're just going to start beating down with a giant Dread Linorm. How hard is this to block? Can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or less? Oh, it just can't be blocked, period, right now. Sepulchre Ghoul. Alright. Sacrifice a creature, give it +2/+2 till end of turn, once each turn. I love that we're just exiling each other's graveyards just all the time. Ooh, Owlbear. I still have 20 cards in my deck. I can very freely Owlbear. Get in there, Linorm. Cannot be blocked. Jamie is down to 8, and we'll drop an Owlbear. Draw into a Grim Bounty, good card, and we will follow the tracks and grab a land. Oh! Incessant Provocation. Gain control of our Linorm for a turn. They give it back and I have to attack with it each turn. But they don't give it back when they have Sepulchre Ghoul on the board. So there goes Linorm. Wanted to check it out vicariously a little bit anyway. Glad to stop by your stream to do it. Thanks for stopping by again. Hoping Wizards has some other arena content available. If it is truly just this and SNC until September's standard set. That's pretty much it, I think. They're rotating the quick draft formats, though. Alright, this game's going to take a while for sure. Now that we know they have treason effects, I should probably kill Sepulchre Ghoul, but... I want to play it safe and still have Grim Bounty in case she plays some kind of massive, scary flyer. Yeah, I don't know exactly what draft formats are going to be on Arena. I know this is the main one that they're going to be pushing. Oh! Okay, well now I'm going to kill Sepulchre Ghoul because I don't want this to get stolen and killed. I guess it has hexproof till it deals damage, so we don't have to Grim Bounty yet. Get Owlbear to trade into one of these 3/4s so we can chip away at the board. We're definitely in the card advantage lead, because their deck just has a lot of good value with Skullport Merchant and Grim Bounties and stuff. Okay, so we'll just kill Viconia because she's more annoying. Then Oyem and Artok, Polar Werebear. Do I get my food? No, they're gonna go for a double block. Fair. Kill Jaheira. You're still chipping right away at this board. Yep. Now she's got 2 creatures left. We have a ton. Oh, I could seek a card with this thing. I almost forgot to do that. Should definitely do that here. Double Grim Bounty? Well. Goodbye Sepulchre Ghoul, because I've got a backup, I guess. And then just start attacking with everybody next turn. Valor Singer. I don't think I played these last turns out perfectly, but we're just in the value town because Skullport Merchant is busted, so we're all good. Okay. They can get a trade-off if they want. It's fine. I should have sent in Skullport Merchant again. Not playing correctly, but close enough. Yeah, Skullport Merchant is insane. It is definitely just as good as it was originally, I think. Viconia is also nuts. Alright, we'll get there in the end. A very long, very grindy game there. Lots of seeking and value and all that stuff. I don't know what our record is. 1 loss, 2 wins, 3 wins? 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. We had Arena just collapse on us in 1 game. I like this deck a lot. It's a lot of fun. That was the same... Oh my god, that was the same game that I had to cast the Verdant Rejuvenation. Yeah, I had to cast the Verdant Rejuvenation for only 2 creatures, and we got there in the end. Verdant Rejuvenation, still 100% win rate. I don't know exactly how I would rate it right now, but probably higher than I initially thought. There are good ramp cards in this format. The Underseller Myconod is insane. Yeah, the overlay isn't working yet because the set is not released yet. They usually get the overlay working in the first couple days of actual release. You know, I don't believe it works in the early access, unfortunately. Yeah, the Underseller Myconods have been insane. The Walrus has been fine. And then I do like that ramp card that pulls out one of the gates, because the gates all draw you a card as well. There's just a lot of solid value ramp plays. So ramping into some big 8-mana sorcery has been pretty fun. I have enjoyed it a lot. So, one thing I can say for sure, even if I don't get into this draft format as much as I did the other ones, I'm still gonna hop in and just draft green ramp decks, because they're cool. That's kind of what I did in the original Adventures in the Forgotten Realms too. I was all about the Owlbear decks. I often drafted green-blue ramp, because blue was really, really underdrafted, because everybody hated blue. Everybody said blue was the worst color. So you could very consistently end up with all of the blue stuff if you wanted it, but most people didn't want it. But the blue stuff included Clever Conjurer, which can untap your lands to play big creatures early. That's why I liked green-blue. We will find an opponent, I promise. It'll happen. At some point. Blue is the worst color, just period, every format. That's fair. Blue is annoying. Gonna miss cube drafts? They're your favorite format? Hope they bring back some throwback drafts too. Yeah. Last year around this time, or not this time, but next month, last year during August, I believe, is when they had the 3 throwback drafts in a row, unless I'm getting it a year off, where they had the free Amonkhet and Kaladesh draft, and they did a week of each and some other draft. I really hope they do something like that again in the lead up to Dominaria. For every single set, including this set, this is a little bit of a greedy keep. I'm hoping to draw 1 land for Myconid. In every single set, once they get really late into the set's lifespan, once you get to the last couple weeks, that's when they always, without fail, either put on Cube or some kind of flashback premiere drafts every single time. So before Dominaria United launches, even if it's a little whiles away, they'll do something for a couple weeks. But that's always the most exciting time on Arena for me. It isn't the set launch that's the most exciting time. It's the couple weeks leading up to the set's launch, because that's always when you get some kind of cube draft format, or the Ravnica mixer drafts, or, you know, stuff like that. And trade your Shambling Ghast into my Underdark Basilisk. They did. I don't know if I'm happy about that, but I'll take it. Oh yeah, OG Dominaria drafts. They do those as flashbacks. So they probably do that. Yeah, they have to get you to spend your gems right before the new set comes out. That's how they get you. But I'm okay with that. Because if their way to get me is to give me more fun things to do on Arena, then by all means, they should be emptying my wallet more often. I want to ramp up. Do I want to follow the tracks or get a Myconid? It's got to be just always Myconid first for more cards on board. Yeah, I could definitely see. That's probably what they'll do. 2 weeks before Dominaria United, they'll run Dominaria drafts for 2 weeks in a row. Just like they did for this set. 2 weeks before this set started, they started doing Chromatic Cubes for 2 in a row. You'd like to go back to Throne of Eldraine? Love the storybook card styles? Throne of Eldraine deserves a return, because Throne of Eldraine came out when it was only quick drafts, and that was a big issue, as it was for Ikoria. Throne of Eldraine deserves a return to Premier drafts. That set needs to get to shine the way that it was intended to be, and not nothing but blue-black mill. Which in Premier drafts, you can't always draft the same deck, because other players will force blue-black mill. I'm not going to Grim Bounty a Pilgrim's Eye. Am I just on... Oh, you mean Artok Polar Werebear? I think I'm chill with the Polar Werebear. Started in Mercadian Masks. Stopped playing in Plane Shift. I don't know when Plane Shift came out. Or when Mercadian Masks came out, to be fair, but it was sometime very early. That was still in the 90s, wasn't it? It was before 2000 for Mercadian Masks. 98 or something. Started back up because of COVID. That's pretty sweet. Happy to have you back in the game. Plane Shift was early 2000s. So late 90s to early 2000s kind of thing. You were in high school at the time? Yeah, I don't know the years on old sets like that. I can only tell you anything 2009 forward, because that's when I started. But I can tell you, not with 100% accuracy, but with pretty dang good accuracy, I could tell you the release date of anything 2009 onward. Was Alara Reborn in spring, M10 in summer, Zendikar in fall, World Wake in spring 2010. I'm going to stop there because I'm going to get into it and just sequence everything. That cannot block, so we get to do our polar bear things. Let's do our polar bear things. I'm going to sack the food and draft a card out of the spellbook. This is probably greedy, but I'm doing it. And just see what we get. A starfish, a great shark, or a ruin crab. I'm just going to get a 5/4. Sure, I have to splash it out right now, but it's fine. I'll play a 5/4 this turn. But I needed to use the triple blue mana that got produced there. That's why I didn't hold it up to counter anything. Started during new Zendikar Rising, found on Arena. Or you found Arena, started doing older sets through Commander and Paper. Much prefer Arena, though, faster through triggers and stuff. Yeah, I get that for sure. They blow up my polar bear. Whippersnapper missed out on the best story Magic ever made before all the fancy vehicles and planeswalkers. Yeah, I only know the story from more modern cards like Dominaria and stuff will tell that story, and Time Spiral a little bit. I don't know what I do here. I have too many options. Vampire Spawn seems like a pretty solid choice. Really get them low, put them to 3, and still commit more creatures to the board. They're at 3 life, still can't block. Just a 2/1 flyer. That on board. See what happens here. You like the Weatherlight Saga as the best story? Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened in the Weatherlight Saga, but I know it was a thing. If anyone has book recommendations, you'd love to go back and learn the lore. It is overwhelming, for sure. I've only read one of the books. I read the Jace book. I can't even remember the name. Agents of Artifice, I think? It was an interesting story. It's kind of the Jace versus Tezzeret kind of storyline. But that came out a little while after I started the game, so I read that. I remember there were like flashbacks to Jace's old tutor that were pretty sad. There was like a part where Jace like accidentally wiped a bunch of people's minds when he didn't know how to use his powers right. So he had like a lot of guilt and stuff. It's kind of crazy. You remember reading the Masks saga mainly because your friend bought the fat packs and they came with the books. Yeah, I heard about that. By the time I got a fat pack, it was Alara Reborn. It just had this chapter. Not even a chapter, it had a few pages of a book. It probably was a full chapter. But, yeah, it was like, ooh, you should go check out this book. I'm playing against Gabriel Nassif. I was going to say Gabriel Nassif because I saw the Y and I was like, yeah, it's a Y, right? No. Gabriel Nassif. One of the best Magic players of all time. You don't know about books, but the Magic Arcanum YouTube channel has a lot of good lore summaries. That sounds pretty cool. I like this lore discussion. Gabriel is on white-red. It's time to do things for science. I'm going to be the guinea pig now, and I'm going to find out if I can specialize and flip this. So for science here, I'm going to do the thing. Science time. Discard Jaheira. Jaheira's in my grave. Exile Jaheira from my grave. Jaheira is now exiled under Viconia. And then we put an exiled card from Viconia into our hand when we specialize, which means we put Jaheira right back into our hand, but now Jaheira is a 2-mana 4/5 instead of a 2-mana 2/3. Alright, that is a thing you can do, and it is very powerful. Science achieved. This is now a 3/4, and we have a 2-mana 4/5 in hand. That was definitely worth the science. Yeah, Viconia just keeps getting better and better. Valor Singer is the play from Gabriel. It's going to be a 3/3 permanently. How many Hall of Famers have I beaten on Arena? 1? I don't get paired against Hall of Famers that often. I've beaten LSV because LSV was mana screwed. I'm almost definitely supposed to just play a 2-mana 4/5 here, but I'm tempted to Sewer Plague that Valor Singer out of here just because it's annoying. How does Jaheira specialize? Becomes a 3/4, destroys an artifact or enchantment. In this matchup, I might want to wait to specialize Jaheira, even though I could make Jaheira pretty big. Gain 4 life, or each opponent loses 3 life. This is greedy, but I'm just going to immediately specialize. Make Jaheira even bigger. I'm going to go for the life loss too. So Jaheira's up to a 5/6 now. So the reason this could play poorly is if they have Minimus Containments or the other enchantment-based removal. But if they had that, they could also just put it on Jaheira, and then I couldn't flip Jaheira anyway. Oh wait, no, they can't put it on Jaheira because Jaheira is hexproof from enchantments. Anyways, they did something completely different. Gabriel has played Rasad, Monk of Saloon. Exile a creature an opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield, and then it specializes into a bunch of crazy nonsense. So we're just going to Sewer Plague that and get Jaheira back before they can specialize. Get our 5/6 hexproof from enchantments back on the board. It's not hexproof from everything, but hexproof from enchantments. Ooh. I mean, I guess I might as well exile that. That was unintentional, but okay. I just wanted to go attack face. Alright. It's gonna be a close game. He's down to 8, we're at 9. I could die this turn if he has an act of treason to steal one of my creatures and hit me with it. A second Rasad? Not dead yet, but very close. Down to 2. Two life, I can only block 2 creatures. I have no way to survive. Yeah, there's no line at all where I survive here. Unless I have a 1-drop in my deck that I'm forgetting about. But I don't think that I do. No. Dang it. Good game. Just get smashed for lethal here. Just an all attack gets there. Double Rasad was brutal. This card seems very good. They made Daybreak Cathar an uncommon instead of a rare. Comes into play and exiles an opposing creature until it dies. I think that's the name of the card that I'm thinking of. The werewolf that did the same thing. Oops. What am I doing? Just do that. Take 2, go to 0. GG. I'm happy we got to do our guinea pig science thing there, because that is a really sweet thing you can do with Viconia. Brutal Cathar, that's the one. Thank you very much, Sudoku. And Wamdawar. I was happy to hear there's no correct way to pronounce that, because I was going to be like, definitely doing it wrong. I'm doing my best. God, I hate this stupid... You can see where the camera cuts off even when my hand's not there, because you can see a little bit of green. I mess with the green screen settings so much, and then it doesn't work out right no matter what. Not perfectly. All right. We're against Metal Mario. Metal Mario is another streamer I have heard of. I don't believe I've ever watched Metal Mario, though. But I know they play a lot of Limited. I'm just going to do Viconia things again. Because now that I know I can do it, I'm so just very interested in doing it. It's just cool. It's just a cool thing to do. But I'd like to drain life from them instead. Sure, we'll just make it so Basilisk can drain them life, I guess. And then we can hit with a 3/4 this turn. I have played against Voxy before. I don't think I've played against MTG Nerd Girl, but I've played against Voxy. Yeah, I have too many swamps. We'll discard a swamp here. Wait, what am I on about? Oh, no. The whole thing I wanted to do was exile the creature I'm discarding, so obviously I have to discard a creature and discard the Basilisk. Or I could discard the Owlbear and make a 6/6 Owlbear later. I think I do the Basilisk. Make Basilisk a big enough threat that... My full control mode stopped! Why did my full control oh my god. I was holding down shift and control and I guess I let go. So I didn't get to exile Basilisk. Trying to do the sick plays, the sick lines, and Magic Arena is like, actually, even though you know you can do that, you can't do that here. Because you let go of the control key for a second. Well, That's a lot worse. Oh, that's so annoying. I discarded the Basilisk. I'm ready to exile it from grave, and it skipped right through. Tough break. Ambergris, Citadel Agent. Opponent's got a very good red aggressive deck anyway. Verdant Rejuvenation's not going to have a 100% win rate anymore, because I think we're getting aggroed out. Would have had another 2 mana. I'd have had a 2 mana 3/4 Death Touch here. Double Owlbear. Well, maybe we have a tiny shot. God damn it. That wasn't directed at you come to the null camp, that was directed at the... I can just click control one time. Oh wait, no, it stopped. How long does the control last if I just click it? It's still... I don't know, I hate full control so much. That's the most annoying thing on Arena, is trying to be able to actually do the things when you want to do them. Sometimes it just doesn't work. I'm still in full control now. And I go next. So it lasts a phase? I think that would work. You do full control for a phase with Viconia. In 1947, the Northern Tissue Company was the first to advertise that their toilet tissue was 100% splinter-free. Oh no. 1947, the first splinter-free toilet paper? Did they have garden hoses back then? You just make your own bidet? I'm not dealing with splinters. Well, I'm dead to this flyer. I guess I can afford a Dreadlin Orm, so I can block everything on the ground still, or most of the things on the ground. If they cast an Adventure or a Dragon, I'm dead. But if not, I get to Verdant Rejuvenation for 7 cards out of my deck. I'm so sad. I'm so salty. I'm well seasoned right now because I would have at least lasted long enough to cast Verdant Rejuvenation for at least 5 if I had been able to play my Underdark Basilisk, which then would have been absolutely massive, a Verdant Rejuvenation for 5. Is that a dragon? It's a lizard, right? It's a lizard. Well, Verdant Rejuvenation might have had a 100% win rate if I didn't punt so hard. Oh, Prosperous Innkeeper, though? Oh my god, with an Myconid 2, we'll go back up to 10 and scry these lands away? Get in, I guess. Maybe. We don't have any reach, we don't have any flyers, but... What do we got? I'm probably still dead. If I don't die here, though, I attack all next turn and win. They have 1 attack to kill me. I think I still die, which means that... I mean, if I die here, The fact that I got to resolve the rejuvenation for 7 even through the punt means I think if I didn't have the punt, if I didn't punt away my Underdark Basilisk, I definitely would have won. But I still have a solid chance to lose here. Because this hits me for 4 in the sky, if they just cast a 6 mana dragon, I'm dead. Because it deals 6 to me. And they scried something to the top. So whatever's on top is something they want. I'm like the football team that punts and somehow comes up with the ball. Hell yeah. That's the energy I want to exude. Verdant Rejuvenation is doing its best to defend its 100% win rate so far. Okay. What is this? What is this? Is blocking an owlbear? These 3 are blocking an owlbear. Get rid of this big one. These 2 are blocking another owlbear. Get rid of the menace one. Yeah. Yes. Cool. They're down to 4. And we pass. Please don't kill me in the sky. If there's any justice in the world, we lose this game. Because of our punt, but I guess it wasn't like a punt in that I made the wrong play. It was a punt in that I didn't click it into Arena correctly. I didn't input it into Arena correctly, so I don't know if it's more fair if we win or lose based on that punt. Our opponent drawing some cards. They only have 4 mana up now, so they can't cast a 6 mana dragon. They're at 4 life. We just attack all next turn? No. If there's any justice in this world, we win this game. Oh my god, Verdant Rejuvenation for 7 saves us from the jaws of defeat after misplaying. Oh. After misclicking the Underdark Basilisk with Viconia. That's 5 wins now. That's true. Something that's easy in paper, but Arena made it an issue. That's fair. It's a fair way to put it. Yeah, let's go. We're against Deathsea. Deathsea is one of the best limited content creators, one of the best drafters. Drafts a ton. And very good at the game, which means it's a good thing we have our 100% win rate Verdant Rejuvenation in hand. Is Deathsea ready to get Verdant Rejuvenation? I'm going to have to look back and watch. If we resolve a Verdant Rejuvenation against Deathsea, that's something I need to watch. I need to watch that back. Viconia! No, Deathsea knows the strat. Deathsea has a Viconia in a green-black deck, just like we do. That's threatening. Well, play our Myconid. Hopefully we can just get them to spend all their removal on Oya Minartok and stuff. I guess Oya Minartok has hexproof until we hit our opponent. Blue, green, black. 3 color from Deathsea. Deathsea has been known to draft 5 color in every format at times. Wow, they are doing the same thing. Underseller Myconid here. Well, here's an Oya Minartok that is never going to hit Deathsea because Deathsea has a bunch of creatures. So just a 4/5 hexproof blocker so that we know we can at least Rejuvenation for 4. 1 black source away from Grim Bounty to get rid of Viconia. Or a better card if they play a better one. Pilgrim's Eye is not a better card. Oh, please draft pick up a 4th color off of this. Oh my god, Deathsea's doing it. Black, green, blue, red, Bone Collar Cleric on board. We draw into an Owlbear. Excellent draw. Hopefully it draws us another land. It does. Swamp it is. How do they kill Oyam and Artok? They need to block with 5 power. They block with Viconia, Boneclaw, Cleric, and a 1/1. Kind of okay with that. They can't kill it without losing Viconia. Yeah, I'm going to send it. Okay, they're just going to take it and let it lose its hexproof to blow it up with a spell, I suppose. One, two, three, four, 5, 6 mana right now. We Grim Bounty and we'll have a treasure for the 7th mana for Rejuvenation. We're getting very close. I expect Deathsea just like blows up Oyam and Artok here if they can. Otherwise I get to sack this food and get a fish next turn. Guaranteed, thanks to my Underseller Myconid. Maybe they blow up the Myconid. I highly doubt that though. Fish sticks time? Potentially. The polar werebear may die. I would hope not though. Deathsea is on a 5-color deck, so there's probably a ton of different options of what to do about this. All mana untapped. Counterspell here in a 5-color deck? Is this the counterspell that exiles the card and they can play it for themselves? 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 mana. We'll get an 8th off of a Grim Bounty if we go for that. But in order to do that, I have to tap Myconid for black, and I'd rather tap Myconid for blue and try to get a fish. I'm gonna get the fish. Triple blue here. Ooh, Nadir Kraken. Yeah. That's a bomb. And it's free. Okay. I literally knew what card it was. Exile an opposing threat and get it for yourself. Guess I should have played around that more. Okay, they still have to spend 3 to play it, and then we can Grim Bounty it. So we're fine. So let's just draw a card here. And then send these 2 in. I should have waited. I could draw the card off of our land at instant speed. Not that we have any instants, but we can threaten to have instants. I'm pretty bad at that kind of sequencing, where it's like always do your things at the last opportunity just so your opponent has less to play around, has less information to use when they choose what they want to do. But now they know exactly what I'm doing with all my mana. Okay, so Deathsea's probably playing this Kraken soon. And then we'll blow it up with Grim Bounty, and then we'll Rejuvenation the turn after. Unless we top deck an untapped land, then we might just Rejuvenation immediately. That's a possibility. I will say one thing about this format for sure. The games can go on long, and because the format has so many complex cards, they can really go on long because each player has to read so much nonsense. I'm going to Grim Bounty the Kraken rather than Sewer Plague it because it gives me the treasure I need. Well, I can just get the land I need with Follow the Tracks. Yeah, and Sewer Plague kills it in their upkeep. So we can Sewer Plague instead. Well, let's Follow the Tracks and Sewer Plague, I think. It's gonna be 3 mana. Attack with anything that's going to die to Basilisk. I'm not super cool with that. I'm just going to nullify the Meteor Kraken, have it die in the upkeep. If they have instant speed card draw, I guess they can keep it. Okay, no. Sick. They could use Viconia now? They can use Viconia now to put the Kraken back in their hand by exiling it from a grave. From our grave. But they won't have the mana to immediately cast it, because they have to spend 1 to exile it from grave, 2 mana to conjure it into their hand, specializing Viconia. Guts. Oh god, Gut is so good. Fight Oyumenartok. Yep. Yeah, where's Massacre Worm when you need it? I don't know, but here's Verdant Rejuvenation for 5. Get an Owlbear and a Dreadlin Orm and a Prosperous Innkeeper and a Sculptor Merchant. Oh, this deck is fun. This is stupid. Yeah, that's our only solid attack here. Did the thing. Okay, well, I'm killing... Actually, these are both a big problem if they specialize. It's 5 mana to specialize Gut, though. So I think I kill Viconia. Dempsey did not like that play, I'm sure. Specializes, create a copy of it. Double strike, haste, sack it at the end step. Do all of them get sacked at the end step? Yeah, they all get sacked at the end step, so we kill Viconia, actually, over Gut. Because Viconia does not get sacked at the end step. Bro, this card is busted. Dipped in a Deathsea stream. Yeah, that was the first thing I said when I saw my hand, is like, I'm gonna have to go check out Deathsea's stream after my stream is done. So I can, see his reaction if I end up casting the Verdant Rejuvenation. And I sure did. I cast it with a Dreadlin Orm out one game for 7. Just get 7 creatures out of your deck. It saved my ass in that game. Alright, Lantern of Revealing is fine. Grim Bounty the Linorm, yeah, I could sack the treasures, but the treasures also draw me a card, so I'm kind of spending 2 cards to draw 1 card by doing that, so let's not. Cool, Grim Bounty on Gut, get that out of here. They have a 2/1 and a 1/1 to block with now, so we just get to send in the squad. We're at 24. Yeah, just kind of send in the squad at this point. 12 life to 24. Down to 3, and I'll scry a little bit. Get that out of here. Pass. All right, there's the concession. So, I already forgot its name again. Rejuvenation, still 100% win rate. Verdant Rejuvenation completely undefeated. We didn't even lose a game because we had it in hand and were unable to cast it. We've won every game where we drew it at all. Verdant Rejuvenation for the win. Incredible card. 6 and 2, we get a final boss here, win or lose, final game of Magic for this deck, which is kind of sad because I'm going to keep ramping into Verdant Rejuvenation. Yeah, just big Coco. Big Coco. Alright, final battle. Here we go. On the play, turn 2 Underdark Basilisk. We have the Dreadlin Orm. If we draw into our Rejuvenation, we'll get to get 7 cards off of it. Alright, I'm gonna redeem myself. Oh, this isn't even the same one. That's not Viconia, that's my other specialized card. I was so ready to do the specialized thing, and I'm like, wait, that's not even the one that does that. It's okay, still would rather play a 2-3 than a 1-2 Death Touch before my opponent has creatures on board. Could flip Jaheira to blow up their treasure, but I think I'd rather be ramping still. So I shall. Jaded Sellsword, that is very big. Haste first strike. Blow that up with a Grim Bounty, I suppose. Understellar Myconid is the draw. Now we can just play a Basilisk. Myconid Basilisk, I've got plenty of blockers. One of which is Death Touch to trade into the 5/4. Because it is not first strike anymore, it's just when it hits the board. For that turn, it's first strike. No! There goes my Death Touch. And now they have another treasure token for Kalain. Shambling Ghast is a 2/2 Ghast. The thickness. 4 mana for Grim Bounty. We're left with 4 mana because of the treasure token, which means that we can Dread Lenorm out of nowhere. Spicy. I think that's going to be the line here. Surprise Dread Lenorm. Whatever the adventure's called. Alright, cool. -1 Jaheira, and then we do our surprise save. Scale Deflection, that's what it's called. Kobold Warcaller, a 1/1 that can give creatures in their hand haste, and a Horde Robber, which is very powerful with Kalain. There's the Verdant Rejuvenation. We're going to have a 7-drop out. We just need to draw 1 land and have them not kill our 7-drop. Dear opponent, don't kill my 7-mana card, please. Thank you very much. Signed, X. No, they just scooped. I didn't even get to do it. Verdant Rejuvenation, 100% win rate. If you draw Verdant Rejuvenation, you will win the game. That is the biggest lesson from this draft. Didn't lose a game where we drew Rejuvenation. Yeah, this deck was busted. 7-2. Got a couple losses in there. One was against Gabriel Nassif, who's an absolutely incredible player. I don't remember the other loss, unfortunately. I don't remember. But yeah, this deck was sick. This deck was absolutely sick. The biggest role players, the really good cards were the Understellar Myconids. Being able to get a Mana Dork on the board and get a Saproling alongside with it was incredible. They felt your aura of joy and were terrified. That's fair. Love, love, love this card. This was super good, even at just ramping into Owlbear. And then the 100% best card in the whole deck was Verdant Rejuvenation. Undefeated. Follow the Tracks was also a pretty sweet mana ramp. Ramping up, pulling out a gate, specifically conjuring a gate, is nice because those gates turn into the card draw you need later as well. So if you're flooding out, you can still use them to seek a non-land card as well. So it's almost like you draw a land and a non-land eventually. But yeah, Follow the Tracks was sweet. Grim Bounties, Owlbears, the classic stuff from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms were great. And then Prosperous Innkeeper as well. And then Double Viconia was a lot of fun. You got to do the full control thing with Viconia if you want to immediately flip Viconia on turn 3. But if you do that, Viconia is very, very strong if you do that immediate flip. But it's a risk-reward kind of thing. Skullport Merchant, again, another one of the best cards from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, coming back and being absolutely absurd again. Skullport Merchant was insane in this deck. That is so good with Grim Bounty and Prosperous Innkeeper and stuff. The Myconids as well. Super, super good deck. Honestly, the biggest underperformer might be maybe the Basilisks, actually. I was about to say the Polar Werebear, but that's not because the Polar Werebear was bad. Polar Werebear still won some games, but Polar Werebear, I don't think, was as busted as Verdant Rejuvenation ended up being in this deck. But Werebear was pretty ridiculous. It was always a 4-mana 4/5 that at the very least draws removal from your opponent. Gets you a food token. Yeah, Werebear was very good. But I think it said I was really high on the Werebear before and not super high on the big sorcery. So now that I've played with both a bit, I'm like, okay, that sorcery is actually just the truth. The absolute truth.